happen right now, in fact, this is John sent me a message, says you have to understand, this isn't mixed in a bottle. This is actually grown in a laboratory. And so you're dealing with a live protein that is in out of the Envidia. And, you know, he was basically saying that this is going to be not only a game changer for all of us, but to add a product this strong to the arsenal of products that we already have is going to literally push us way over the top. That's why some projections that people are looking at right now for the sales of Total Life Changes this year is somewhere between $500 million and $1 billion in sales. The stage is huge here. There are groups of people right now as we speak that the ones that have tried the Envidia, guys, I'm telling you, not only are they having meetings and presentations, and not only are they sharing this with as many people as possible, but you guys are about to embark on that same. If you haven't had the opportunity to pre-order the Envidia, I'm telling you guys, you want to do it today, because I'm not sure how long the pre-order paying for the shipping and handling is going to be there. But right now, I just checked a little while ago, it's still there. So that's a good thing for us. But as the Envidia rolls out, a lot is about to change. Now, what I'm going to share with you guys is some interesting things that most people don't know. And, you know, you've got a lot of people that will join the company and say, well, I don't want to do network marketing. And that's okay if people don't want to do network marketing. There are people that are coming on board that all they want to do is sell the Envidia product, because they know by showing the before and afters, it literally invokes the person saying, I have to have that product. Remember, if you can show a before and after picture and you just ask a person, let me get your opinion. Do you think with a product working as quickly as this and as effectively as this, in 7 to 14 days, do you think that there will be a demand, a very high demand for this product? And wait for their answer. I promise you guys, if you ask people that question after showing your before and after, or showing the before and after of some of the other people out there that tried the Envidia, you're going to find that when a person looks at the picture, and in fact, let me just give you guys a little mental clarity here. I'm going to go, we're going to fast forward here in our presentation, but when a person looks at a picture like what you see here on the online webinar, and you ask that question, you know, with a product that is this strong, that in 7 days, 14 days, 21 days, can produce results like this, do you think that this product is going to sell like crazy? Do you think there's going to be a high demand for this product? Do you think people are going to be telling other people? However you want to phrase the question, because this was going to happen, the answer is going to always be the same. Absolutely. And because you've asked their opinion, and now they're seeing that, it engages them. So now they're at the point saying, yes, this is going to sell. Yes, it's going to make a lot of money. Now, here's the main question that's running through their mind. How do I get involved in this? I want to be a part of this. And, you know, you don't have to understand everything about the stem cell activity and how it works, but the renewing of skin, when you're showing, again, pictures like you see here, the before and after, guys, this right here is going to make a major, major impact. Now, what I want to share with most people that they don't know is that, you know, you have people that all they want to do is say, look, it's not even sales. I want to get back to this, guys. It's we're sharing results. When you share this type of result, a person doesn't feel like they're being sold anything. A person is feeling like you're sharing with them something that is absolutely phenomenal, and they want it. Because it's not a person's human nature to want to sell anything, but when you get to share results like you're seeing on your screen, it makes you comfortable. It's like sharing a good movie. It's like sharing a good restaurant, a great meal that you had at a restaurant, how you absolutely love it. So what we're doing here, guys, we're just sharing the results of what's going on with this product. So it's going to be critical that every person on this line, that you take before and after pictures. Critical that you take your before and after pictures. And make sure when you're doing your before and after pictures, guys, you know, a lot of us do selfies all the time. You don't do a selfie that's an arm length away. You do a selfie that's about 5 or 6 inches away, so that therefore people can really see the difference in the skin. So I wanted to really emphasize that. Now here's what's going to happen, and I'm going to go back, and I'm going to share this with you guys because this is what's powerful. We all know the Envidia, it sells for $149. And the interesting thing about the NVIDIA is that you are paid a $50 fast start when a customer goes to your site and purchases the NVIDIA. But here's what most people don't know. I'm gonna back up here because this is critical, and I want you guys to understand this. What happens is you may have, just by the nature of where you fall at in the binary structure, if you want to sell the NVIDIA product, you have to sign up as an IBO, or if you want to share the NVIDIA product, you have to sign up as an IBO in order to earn income from it. So once you're an IBO, by default, depending on where you land, you could have a greater team. You could have spillover where people are coming underneath you on one team. You don't know them at all, but you've got volume on that team. What happens is we've got people, in fact, we just had a group join today, this morning. Their whole goal was they move a lot of volume by selling products on the internet. They were selling products for other companies. Now they've come to join our team because when they heard about the power of the NVIDIA product, they heard about the Tlc and the other products, they said, listen, we can sell these all day long in massive numbers. So they're coming aboard. In fact, they've already signed up today. But the deal is, what they're going to be doing is they're going to be selling massive amounts of the products, like the NVIDIA product, so that every time that they sell the NVIDIA, they're going to make a $50 commission. Now, here's what we explain to them, the power of what's about to happen. Let me give you an example. They're already going to have people that are falling underneath them on one side, so their one team is being built. Well, remember, we said that if you were just selling, let's say, 10 bottles of NVIDIA, you'd make $50 per bottle, you'd make $500. But what also happens, ladies and gentlemen, is you can also get paid off the same customer sales again in the binary. Let me explain to you how that happens. It's real simple. Every time you make a product sale of the NVIDIA, and someone goes to your site on your customer site and they purchase the NVIDIA, you make $50. But 25 points is also added to your binary. Now, you won't be able to see it until commissions at the end of the week, but 25 points is also added to your binary pay leg. So if someone in your organization is purchasing NVIDIA through their back office, 100 points is going to be added to whatever leg that they're particularly on. But I don't want you to miss the point of this, because this is powerful. This is what people don't realize. Let me give you an example. Let's say that you sold 10 bottles of NVIDIA this month or this week. Well, remember, you're going to make your $500, but also 250 are going to be added to whatever your pay leg in the binary. And so in order to collect this, all you have to do is be binary qualified. Do you know we have some people in the company that have never been binary qualified, but yet they sell thousands of dollars worth of products retail every single week? They're missing out on money because they're figuring, well, you know, I don't have an organization, but all they have to do is they can literally personally sponsor their sister on their left side, and they can personally sponsor their cousin on the right side. So as long as they have two personally sponsored, now every retail sale that they make, the computer will automatically add, if it's the NVIDIA product, an additional 25 points to their pay leg of the binary. So now instead of just earning $500, they'll be able to earn $500 plus, and let me go back here. I want to show you so you guys can see this and understand that. Plus, that means you're going to be earning an additional $25 to $50 in the binary. But like the gentleman that we brought in today, or I didn't bring him in, someone else on the team did, their goal is to move, guys, somewhere between 100 and 500 bottles of NVIDIA per week. So if they, just imagine if they were moving 100 bottles of NVIDIA, they're making $5,000 up front, but on the back end, they're making an additional $250 to $500 per week. What happens if they move 1,000 bottles of NVIDIA? Well, they're making, think about that, $50,000 up front, but then on the back end, they're making an extra $2,500 to $5,000. That's just extra money there to be made. So most people don't realize that every time you make a retail sale, it's additional volume that's added to your pay leg, and all you have to do is be binary qualified to pick that up. So I want to make sure we fully understood that. Today's call, guys, is going to be in preparing you for what's about to happen, not only with the Envidia sales, but what's happening with the sales in the company entirely. There are more people that are purchasing the IASO tea. More people are purchasing the IASO oil. And I'm going to tell you guys a secret, especially when it comes to Envidia. The Envidia works great on its own, but it even works better when you add the IASO oil to it, because the IASO oil is, I mean, we know all the benefits of it, but it is a natural moisturizer, especially very good for the face and for the skin. And, you know, the way that you use it is you use your Envidia first, you know, after washing your face, cleaning your face. You put the Envidia on, you wait 5 minutes, and then you put the IASO oil on top of that. So it just kind of, you know, pushes the Envidia in deeper, and of course it serves as a moisturizer and great for your skin all day long. So you guys are going to find that as you have a market Envidia, more people are going to not only purchase the Envidia, they're going to also want to purchase the IASO oil. So very, very great, very, very powerful there. So we said on the other call the other day, you want to take some notes on this, that we were going to talk today about how do you get over your fears. How do you basically get rid of the negative activity that goes on every single day? See, there were some people, ladies and gentlemen, because they didn't know about the power of Envidia, they wouldn't even order it. There were some people that said, well, I tried to sell, you know, and again, going back in their mind, you're trying to sell rather than share. I was trying to sell, you know, some of the other skincare products, and it didn't work. Well, guys, everything is different. This product, we've never had a product where you can literally in 7 to 14 days, when you're looking at a before and after picture like this, see such a drastic difference, not only in people's face and their skin anywhere on their bodies. Has been absolutely phenomenal. So when you start to share these type of results and then you ask a person's opinion, you're going to be surprised at the amount of people that are not only going to want to order the Envidia, but also become a part of your team. So we're talking today here. We have Global Director with us, Ms. Sonia Crosby again. We asked her to come back because we were talking about this negativity that happens every single time. You know, we'll get on a call, we'll hear something, and we'll feel like, man, we've got a champion on our right shoulder, and that champion is saying, yes, I can do this. I'm going to go out and I'm going to build the business. I'm going to share the product with a bunch of people. And then on our left shoulder, negativity sets in and says, remember, you tried something before that didn't work. You remember how you failed before. And that negative self-talk just comes in on all of us. So today we're going to talk about, you know, guys, how do you enlarge your greatness? How do you get past that negative activity that comes up every single day? Thousands of our thoughts every day are negative. So I know you guys want to know about that. So Ms. Sonia Crosby, thank you for being on the line with us today, guys. And we're just going to have a conversation with her. First of all, thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me here.
Okay. And guys, let me tell you something. This lady here, I mean, you would never hear from her before. But because she is engaging now in self-development, it's causing her to have a voice. We're hearing her voice. And the same thing happens with you when you develop your self-development. What happens is your business can't go beyond your self-development. Your belief system, if you think that you're only going to make $100 a week, you will never, ever go above that. And sometimes, by accident, when you do go above that, you will start to, if you only believe that your business should be producing $100 a week, you will start to do things that will negatively self-sabotage your growth. It's amazing. I didn't believe that was possible until it happened to me. And instead of me continuing, you know, I had a number in my head, and when I hit that number, all of a sudden, I wanted to watch TV more. I wanted to play games more. I didn't want to engage in any self-development. I didn't want to engage, ladies and gentlemen, in doing things to recruit people because I've become comfortable. I had climbed above what I thought that I should be making. And that's what we're going to share with you today, how to literally set the mark and get rid of that negativity. So Sonia, what's the first point that you learned in your self-development to help us to deal with that negative activity?
Well, I've learned that, I write my affirmations in my notebook, and I'll read them, at night before I go to sleep. When I get up in the morning, I'll read them. So it's those positive affirmations that I'll just, continue to say, because like you said, we're constantly having negative thoughts. So when I have a negative thought that pops up in my head, I have a positive affirmation that I can repeat to myself.
Okay, so let's stop there for a second. We've got listeners on the line listening in, and I didn't know what an affirmation was, guys. Believe it or not, I never looked into it. So if you're in the same boat like I was, I didn't really know what an affirmation was. We're gonna put Sonia on the spot here and ask her, give us an example of an affirmation.
I mean, we have different examples of some of the. It can be a business affirmation. It could be a personal one, like I am strong, or I am confident, or I'm beautiful inside out. Affirmations, it's always better to start it with I am.
Wow. And guys, listen, that's what we learned about that is the power of I am.
Mm-hmm.
That I am is incredible. Because think about it. If you say I am a recruiter, I am confident, I am going to share this product with 10 people every day. I am going to share, the results with 30 or 40 people. That I am, it sets a stage that is so powerful that what it does for your self-conscious mind, and believe it or not, if this is your first time listening, please write down how many of you right now, and if you're in an online webinar, I want you to type in, and I'm not going to read your name off, but I just want to personally see how many people here have actually grabbed a pen and written down their affirmations. If you have, just type in the box, I have. Because, guys, it is a direct correlation to your business. Sometimes we'll say it in our mind, but it has nothing to do with saying in your mind. When you write down, you're invoking another mental part that literally it locks in. When you start to read something, it engages another part of you that literally cements this and it pulls it into activity. So right now, I'm just counting here. I've got people here saying, yes, I have. Okay. The power. If you are on our actual line.
All callers are muted and they can unmute themselves.
I'll open up the line for you. If you actually wrote down some of your I ams, and we want to get this, guys. If you've done that, I'm gonna unmute the line. Let us know that you have. So I'm gonna go ahead and unmute the lines here for a second.
All callers are unmuted.
Early, I do that every day. Every day I do that.
Great. Anyone
Every
else?
day, man. Even before I get out of bed, I say it, I memorize it, and then I read it again.
All right. Anyone else? Now, guys, that's perfect. That's
All callers are muted.
And that's why I did that. Because, there's quite a few people on the line, and there's quite a few people on the webinar. But I'm looking at the percentages of people that have said, I have, and I heard the amount of people, only 2 people spoke up off the line. Do you want to know what percentage that is of the amount of people that are on the webinar and on the phone line? I'm working a quick percentage right now. Ladies and gentlemen, that is less than 2%. Less than 2%. And sometimes we wonder why our business is not where it needs to be. And it's just simple mathematical things. Remember we've always learned that network marketing is 80% psychological and 20% mathematical. In order to get yourself to that next level, you have to do these things, because what we find is that the people who won't take the first step in writing down their affirmations, they very, very rarely will take a second step of actually going out and doing something. They correlate with each other. So we're sharing with you things that multimillionaires are sharing with us currently. And so we've learned to change our thinking, and when we started to do that, our businesses started to explode. Sonia, I know you had something else you wanted to share as well.
Well, more about the affirmations. I was going to say the affirmations are like, you know, when we bathe. I mean, we bathe every day, and sometimes, depending on the day, we might do it twice. So it's the same way with our affirmations. They're so important because we're constantly dealing with negativity. It might be coming from the TV. It might be coming from a phone call or someone we just had an interaction with while we were driving. So we constantly have to be giving ourselves a positive affirmation.
Perfect. And you know, guys, listen, we're here because we're hearing things because we're working in the right mind frame. And it's all a part of getting yourself to commit to pushing past this negative thought. Did you know that not writing down your affirmations, did you know that that comes from negative thoughts? You know, the negative thoughts, I've tried stuff before, it didn't work, so I'm not going to do anything now. I don't need to do that because I'm too good of a networker. I don't need to do that because I've been doing this too long. Ladies and gentlemen, your mind cannot tell the difference between what you tell it and what reality is. And so therefore, they've already proven the fact that, in fact, Harvard did a study that, we talked about it before, that they were given a certain, they took two groups of people and they were given an assignment to learn certain notes to play on the piano. And one group they would let practice on the piano, and the other group they would only tell them to practice in their mind. Did you know that at the end of the study, both groups improved their motor skills of imagining, the group that imagined just playing the note, they still improved their motor skills the same as those that actually physically played. So what is that telling us? That's telling us that our mind, what you tell your mind, ladies and gentlemen, is what literally you end up working in harmony, working towards that direction. And so this is so important every single day because like Sonia said, every day there's a negativity that we hear. Every day we're being told a story. You know, people can't get away from the current situation that they're in. They're always going to make a certain amount of money on their job. You have a window, and we talk about a roadmap or a vehicle. Here, ladies and gentlemen, you have a vehicle like you've never had before. Now, while we were giving our call, and this is a great point, when you listen to the recorded call, and that's the call dealing with NVIDIA, ladies and gentlemen, I had no idea that there was a whole other group that were having meetings about NVIDIA. I didn't have an idea that there was a group of people that were specially chosen by the company that was trying out the NVIDIA, that they were sharing the NVIDIA with their business partners and their relatives, and they were sharing the results. I had no clue that that was going on. But here's the reality. Even though I didn't have a clue that that was going on, did it stop the process? No, it went on anyway. So the reason why I'm saying that is right now, you have a window that you're going to be able to grab the NVIDIA, share the results, and forever change your financial status. Or you can take the mind frame of, I'm going to sit back and wait to see what happens, wait to see what other people do. Either way, the passage of time is the same, but the results that each person has is totally different. One set of people are going to literally enhance not only helping other people, not only have the joy of having a person who now is happier, they feel better about themselves because their skin looks better, it feels better, it's more healthier, but at the same time, they're going to have an impact on their bank account. While others are going to sit back and watch it happen, and then those will be some of the people a year from now, they'll say, well, it's too late. Everybody knows about NVIDIA now. The point is, if you know about it now, why aren't you doing something about it? Again, pushing off that negative thinking, using the positive affirmations, and growing that way. Anything else you'd like to share with us, Matt?
I was just thinking about the one quote by Lisa Nichols, how she said people they often become more committed to a familiar discomfort than they are to an unfamiliar new possibility.
Wow. Guys, that's heavy. You want to repeat that again? So we want to write that down because that was a big nugget there.
A quote by Lisa Nichols, and it reads, people often become more committed to a familiar discomfort than they are to an unfamiliar new possibility.
So that means, and that kind of reminds me of a story. Many of you guys have probably heard it before, and it's so funny that you said that. That familiar discomfort. I remember Les Brown telling a story about how, you know, a lady was walking down the street and there was a dog sitting on the porch, and the dog was just moaning and groaning. And as the lady walked up, the dog was sitting on the porch, and then his owner was sitting there with him. And, you know, the lady said to the owner, she says, "Excuse me, sir, but why is this moaning and groaning?" And he looked over at his dog and says, "Well, he's sitting on a nail." She said, "He's sitting on the nail. Why doesn't he just get up?" And he looked over at his dog. He says, "Well, I guess it doesn't bother him enough to get up." Sometimes we're like that in life. We complain about, man, I wish I had additional income. Man, I wish I had a roadmap that I can get away from my current financial situation. Man, I wish I can help more people. But I'm sick and tired of, you know, it's always somebody else's fault. My job's not paying me enough. People won't listen to me. I can't get the kind of traction that I want to get in the business. It's always something. We'll sit there and we'll complain about everything else except for, let's get up and do something about it. Because it doesn't matter what happens to us in life. The only thing that matters is, what are we going to do about it? There's people on this line right now, guys, that have went through, I mean, my wife and I, we went through something that most people would have checked out. They would have been done. But what matters is, how are you going to get up? How are you going to respond when negative things happen, when life throws you a curveball? How are you going to respond? So we're going to ask you guys to do something today, and I wouldn't ask you to do anything that I haven't done. I'm going to ask you guys to listen today. Start writing down your affirmations. I am. And then whatever your statement is behind that. And again, it has to be in a positive nature. Don't write a statement, "I am tired of paying bills," because the thing that's highlighted there is bills. Rather than saying, you know, I am empowering myself. I am increasing my income. I am, and as you have that, always have something positive. I know if you've never done this before, I know it sounds perhaps a little quirky to you. You think that, oh, that stuff doesn't work. Guys, listen, multimillionaires have done this exact same thing, and they've transformed their life. I know Sonia was telling me something about Jim Carrey the other day, and it was phenomenal when she was sharing it with me, because before he became what he is today, he would say these affirmations. He would write down these affirmations, and so he started to all of a sudden move in the direction, and it totally changed his life. And did you know that most successful people out there have all one thing in common, and that is they've been in a position where things didn't go the right way, but they literally rose up out of adversity. And sometimes, ladies and gentlemen, when you have your back against the wall and there's nowhere else to go, that's when people start fighting. Well, here's what we're telling you guys. Don't just fight when your back is against the wall. Go out and start building from wherever you are right now, because we've got the vehicle, we've got the timing. It is going to forever change some people's life. You have any other thoughts you'd like to share with us, Sonia?
No, I mean, I don't know.
Well, let me ask you this. We're paying a lot of money for coaching so that we can help other people to change their life. And to you, how important is coaching to you?
It's very important, because without the coaching, I wouldn't be on this call talking right now.
Absolutely. And then let me ask you this. How important is the self-development that you're going through? I mean, in all aspects of your life, what has self-development done for you that you can just share?
I mean, it's paramount, because it affects your relationships with your mate, your relationships with your family, your friends. I mean, self-development is not just for our financial boost, but it's holistic.
Wow. So it's not just about the money, guys. It is literally about helping you to become a better person. And, my wife and I said, man, we wish that we could interact more with people, because we've just been so busy and doing things of that nature. But once we started the self-development and we started to pour into people more, and we started to notice that you know, when we go out now anywhere, we're attracting people. Before we weren't doing that. And it's because, you know, I'm sitting there constantly on the phone. I'm always thinking about business doing 3 ways, and my face is very staunch. But now, when I go, I have a whole different spirit about it. You know, I have a whole different swag, if you will. And as you start to do that, you start to attract more people. And that's the key. So that was our call today, guys, is literally about letting you know, listen, NVIDIA is coming out right now. It's being shipped out right now. And the timing could not be better. So the whole key for today's call is get rid of anything negative that comes up. Start writing your affirmations. Start, ladies and gentlemen, if you can, in whatever way. And I highly recommend that you guys, you know, we love Lisa Nichols, and we love what she's sharing with people. We love what Sean Smith is sharing. He's our personal coach, Sean Smith. If you go and look him up online, you'll see just phenomenal stories. But we encourage everyone on this line, guys. We want to help you as much as we can. We don't get a dime off of this endorsement, but we're just letting you know. The only reward that we get is the information. If it affects you like it affects us, it's going to help you in your self-development. We highly recommend that you go get the book Abundance Now by Lisa Nichols, because that book, literally, as you start to read it, we have the audio version, we have the actual book. As you start to read it or listen to it while you're driving your car, it's going to start to have an effect. And the effect is going to start to show up in your relationships. It's going to show up in your self-development. It's going to show up in your attitude. It's going to show up, ladies and gentlemen, even in your bank account, because everything is interconnected. When we learn those laws and principles, you will understand the power of that. What we want to do right now, I'm going to open up the lines and see, are there any questions, guys, because we're getting ready, like I said, for the biggest launch ever here in Total Life Changes with the NVIDIA coming out. And again, for those of you that joined us late, the good news is that the FDA approved the labeling on the NVIDIA product. Are we saying that the FDA has approved NVIDIA? No, we're not saying that. We're saying they approved the labeling on the NVIDIA product, and that was what was holding everything up. And now that that's done, the NVIDIA is shipping out. So all of you that have ordered the NVIDIA, get ready, because as you start to share your before and after, amazing things are getting ready to take place. For those of you that are on the phone,
All callers are muted and they can unmute themselves.
if you have a quick question, if you're on the line, we'll go ahead and try to answer that. Or if you're on the webinar, if you have a quick question, you want to type it in. Or if you've got a microphone, we'll try to unmute your microphone. We've got about 3 minutes that we can take a few questions. Just state your name and where you're calling from. If you are on the line, *6 will unmute you. Any questions or comments out there?
Yes, hello, Randy. This is Kevin out of New Jersey. I just would like to know how soon will TLC have it available on your website for people to order directly from your website to where you can actually recruit people to do the buy 3 and get yours free?
Yeah, and that's a great question. I asked John McCurry that. He said their primary interest right now is in getting out all of the pre-orders, because all of the pre-orders should be shipped out by Friday. Then once that's done, it's nothing more than a flip of a switch of putting it on the customer side. So as far as the actual, I can't give you the date, but I wouldn't be shocked. It was early as week.
Okay, great. Thank you very much.
And it sounds like you are ready, my friend.
Extremely ready, because I got some salons to go to as I'm on my travels right now to go to.
Absolutely. It's huge. And I tell you want to hit them right now and, you know, just start sharing it with them. That way you're lining them up, because I guarantee you other people have that same idea. So you want to go ahead and get that in position. Any other questions or comments, guys?
Yeah, I have a question, Randy. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Go ahead.
J.D. Moore from Pearland, Texas. We have a bunch of people really out there who have ordered 10, 15 bottles of the serum. This is my question. How much more leverage now do we have by the label being FDA approved? How do you use that as leverage?
You don't want to use that. Anytime you deal with the FDA, I'm just telling you this is Randy. I shy away from that because I may say that the FDA, of course, it's got the FDA approval on the label. Somebody else is going to pick that up and say the FDA approved this product. Somebody else is going to say the FDA endorses this product. You see what I'm saying? And
yes.
It takes an area that it shouldn't. The product is strong enough on its own to stand on its own. What it does is absolutely phenomenal. So I stay away from, crossing over into any area that could be construed the wrong way, that people are going to say things the wrong way, because that is where you end up in trouble at. So I'm just telling you, my goal is when you've got a product that's strong, you don't need to use that as an endorsement.
That makes sense to me. Thank you.
Randy?
Great question, though. Go ahead.
You gave the correct answer for the FDA. You did the right thing.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that. Any other questions or comments, guys?
My comment, real fast, Randy. I have gotten calls this morning, early this morning. The people are very excited. We sent emails out as late as 4 o'clock this morning to those who look at the emails. They know and see what we're doing. I want to encourage people to stay plugged into these calls, because we are, many of us are making a big push for the next 3 to 6 months in particular, especially with this product. And many of your questions you may want to get answered, we're not going to be around to get the answers to you, because we're out in the field moving your product. So I'm encouraging those people who can't be on the afternoon call to listen to the replay numbers, because many of us will not be available, even though we want to, because we'll be too busy in the field doing what we have to do. Thank you, Randy.
Absolutely, absolutely. Guys, I'm going to leave you with this one thought. You want to plan, and you always want to look for what's possible. Here, I'm telling you, it's not the sky is the limit, guys, because there's no limit to what you could do with this NVIDIA product. But, you want to plan for what you want to create and not operate out of what you want to avoid. When you plan for what you want to create, and that means, listen, different avenues of getting the NVIDIA, getting the other products out there to people, planning on how you want to structure your team. In fact, some of you are going to be invited to a special call on Monday, a leadership call, where we're getting together and we're going to be getting a lot of different ideas from the different leaders, because we want our team guys to be out there, and there's different people that have different skill sets on helping other people on how to get their product out there very, very quickly, the do's, the do nots, and then a lot of that information is going to be disseminated down through the team. So we're calling on all the minds of the leadership there, because we're about to do something absolutely phenomenal with this, and we appreciate it. Hey, thanks so much, guys, for getting on the call. The lines are open. We appreciate you guys.
All callers are unmuted.
Everybody, again, don't forget, tonight is closed out at midnight Eastern Standard Time. Awesome job, so we appreciate each and every one of you for the work that you guys have done. On our webinar today, we're going to talk about something that's really, really important. We're going to go ahead and record this.
This conference is being recorded.
Because what's happening right now, guys, is nothing short of amazing. This is early Friday morning. And, of course, as you guys know, last night, many of you should know, if you don't know, the new NVIDIA product, of course, is now not only shipping, but it's also on the customer side. And it's also, you can sign people up purchasing the NVIDIA package. So a couple things I want to cover this morning that are critical for you guys to understand. And it's basically, if you're on our webinar, you'll understand and see this. It's a paradigm shift is happening. And, a lot of times people, they use the word paradigm shift, but we don't really kind of know what it is. Mm-hmm. Paradigm shift, ladies and gentlemen, literally is just a map. That's all it is. It's a map of how people not only assimilate and see things, but it's how we operate. Let me give you an example. When you think about a paradigm shift being a map, and if you're looking at our online webinar, this will make so much sense to you. Think of a piece of land that is undeveloped. It's land there. You may have some farmland there. There are no real roads that are pushed through there. And then all of a sudden, a paradigm shift happens. Someone comes through, they purchase the land, and they turn around and they put up a subdivision there. New roads are there, new plumbing is there, electricity is there, and the landscape looks totally different. That's a paradigm shift. The map has changed. See, what you used to know and operate, it doesn't exist anymore. It has been added on. It has been changed. It has been enhanced. And that's why many times everybody operates off of a map that's in their head. You know, your map is going to either limit to you to where you think you can go or where you can think you can be, or it's going to expand for you the possibilities. So as you're looking here online, you see the same piece of land, but now looking totally different because it's now developed. The map has changed. The paradigm shift has changed. Well, let me take you back in time when TLC started out of a basement with the flagship product, NutriBurst. And ladies and gentlemen, what's so phenomenal is that when Mr. Jack Fallon started this, there was a certain demographic of people that came into the company at that time, and their sales were reflective. It was primarily because of one demographic amount of people. They literally grew up to $10 million in sales. And then it was time to make a change. And they went to an office, and they started adding other additional products. And then another paradigm shift happened when Total Life Changes bought on the ISOT. It literally attracted now a whole new demographic of people. So now you got two different demographics of people that are now in Total Life Changes, and now guess what happened to the income? It went from $10 million in sales per year now to up over $100 million in sales, and that was by the end of 2015. These are paradigm shifts that come, and they're always correlated with a product that comes in, and this literally causes everything to jump. Well, I'm going to share with you right now in 2016. Even though Total Life Changes is in a brand new, beautiful facility, able to handle the growth now of what's about to happen. See, they weren't ready for this, a year ago when they were in a small office. When they moved from the basement to a small office, they couldn't have handled the growth of what's about to happen right now. But now that they're in a beautiful, big facility, as you guys see here on your screen, and if you watch the video online and you look at the shipping and everything that's going on and the customer service, everything has improved to meet us where we are today. This day, you guys want to write this down because it's going to be absolutely phenomenal. This paradigm shift is going to be the biggest shift in Total Life Changes history. Not only is it going to bring about now a whole new demographic of people, in fact, it's going to bring on 2 or 3 different demographics of people. And the projected growth now is looking to be somewhere between $500 billion. And that's simply because of the new, powerful skincare product coming on, Envidia. And guys, it's not just any old skincare product. It is live protein. It is not mixed in a jar. This is actually grown in a laboratory. This is live protein that is put into a serum. You rub it on your skin. It goes into your skin, and it now signals, it feeds your stem cells and causes your skin to become softer, to become more youthful, to help with scarring, to help with lines and wrinkles. What your skin needs, the Envidia knows it, and it starts to produce results in 7 to 14 days. Because of this shift, ladies and gentlemen, the people that took advantage of the previous shift, when the NutriBurst came and they got started, and then the ISOT came and they even furthered their progress of growth, and they started to explode, and they brought in more demographics of people. This right here with Envidia is the biggest shift this company has ever seen so far. So if you thought that, yes, last year they were the number 2 fastest growing company in the world, this year voted the number 1 compensation plan in the world. Well, let me tell you something, guys. If you think that is something, Now that the Envidia is here, look out. Because bank accounts are about to change, lives are about to change. This product, for those that understand the power of it, utilize the before and after pictures, it is not only a game changer for you, but it is a reality maker. So what you think about the maps, if your map is limiting you, in other words, if all you're doing is saying, well, I only want to talk about the tea, or I only want to talk about the NutriBurst, or I only want to talk about, you know, any of the other products, your map is limited. You're operating off of an old map where you once saw something as undeveloped, or that was the end of the road for you. Ladies and gentlemen, they've just cleared the land, and now we have this incredible new product that is about to literally explode total life changes. So for those that understand what we're saying, there's a new sizzle call that's up. And if you listen closely to the sizzle call, you'll understand exactly what I mean. That number is 712-775-7039 with a PIN code of 120502 pound, 120502 pound. Here's what I want you to know, because here's what's really significant right now. There are groups of people, and we're on the phone talking to some of them. There are groups of people, guys, that are coming in here in record numbers now just because of the addition of the Envidia product. There were people that were testing the product that I didn't even know were testing the product, guys, and they were having meetings, and they were sharing the product with others. The time they shared it, people were going absolutely incredible. People said that this is the most incredible product they've ever seen in their life. The COO wife, Mr. John Licari, his wife said, this product is an absolute miracle. They haven't seen anything like this ever. These are called clues, guys. A paradigm shift is happening. So right now, we didn't know yesterday, when we did the call yesterday, that the product was going to now be available on the customer side last night. But it was. It's already started to happen. I'm thinking maybe that wouldn't come for another week or two, but guys, it's already up there. Customers can go, purchase the Envidia, you make $50 per sale, and you can also sign up someone with an Envidia package. Now, the Envidia that they sign up with is just a single purchase bottle of the Envidia, but the company is coming out with a package. I talked to the COO, John Licari, last night, and they're coming out with like a 3-pack of Envidia that's going to be the 50-50. In other words, 50% fast start and 50% in volume. So I can't wait for that package to come out, because when that package comes out, we're going to be selling, as far as, you know, as we're bringing on new people into the business, that is going to be the preferred package that I'm going to be offering, along with the other packages as well. But that's one of the preferred packages because it pays 50% fast start and 50% in binary volume. Right now, if someone goes to your site, signs up with the Envidia, it will pay you 50% fast start of the 100 BV. That means you make $50. But just like the other products, it's going to put 25% BV into the binary, or $25 into the binary, so you'll be able to see that at 25 points. So if you understand what's happening right now, the shift is taking place. I am excited about this, guys. I've been waiting for this day ever since my 5th day of using Envidia, and I saw a remarkable difference in me. I've been excited about this. I've been waiting for this. And as the products are shipping out, because remember, they said once the products start shipping out, they were going to remove the free shipping. Well, guess what? The free shipping is now removed off the website. They said that as soon as the product is shipping out, they were going to, shortly right after that, put it up on the site for customers to purchase. Well, it's up on the site for customers to purchase. Some of you guys are going to be elated. So we're going over, with you next week as you start to, some people will get their product tomorrow, some will get it on, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. But as you get your product, remember, you need to make a difference for people, and you need to make a difference for yourself. Remember we said when you do a before picture, do it 5 or 6 inches away from your face. Do a selfie there so you can get the neck. Or if you're not really interested, let's say in your neck area, but you want to concentrate more on your face, you want to do it about 5 inches away. So there's just that when you do your selfie, you see just the top of your head, a little bit just where your hairline is, and then down to your chin. they highly recommend that you do the face and the neck area all at the same time. So when you wash your face at night, use the soap, preferably the soap from Total Life Changes. And then after you dry your face, you put the Envidia on, you start at your neck, and then you go all the way up, of course, all over your face. And it's not just for your face, anywhere, guys, on your body that, I've been using it, like on my feet to help with areas on the feet. It's just remarkable. I'm looking at the difference, and I'm going, you have got to be kidding me. So as you see, there's different areas that people are going to put this on their body, and they're going to start to notice remarkable differences. So as you start to take your before picture and you do an after picture, do it in the same room, same time of day, because what's going to happen is when you do your after picture, you're going to start to look at it. You're going to say, wait a minute, the lighting's got to be different. Something's wrong. My skin could not have improved this much. At first, it's going to take a little bit to get used to, because as you see the remarkable difference in your skin, you're going to be amazed. So now you take the before and after pictures and you start to share that with other people. And as you share your before and afters, guys, you are going to start to literally draw so many people. So here's what I'm going to tell you today. Here's your call to action. You want to write this down, because what I'm going to share with you, ladies and gentlemen, is going to make every single person that does this, you are going to be successful. I'm going to repeat that. This is going to allow every single person that takes their before picture and their after picture and now starts to share these with people, you will become successful. How do I know that? It's real simple. Here's your measure of success. It's not how many people you're going to bring in the next 30 to 60 days. It's not how many ranks you're going to achieve. Your level of success, ladies and gentlemen, is that when you set a goal, and you need to write it down, how many times during a day are you going to share your before and after, whether you're sharing it by email, whether you're going out and meeting people? How many times per day do you want to share your before and after? Set your goal, stick to it, and do it, and watch, you will be massively successful. In fact, every time that you share your before and after picture, whether a person buys it all or not, you're going to solicit their opinion. Let me ask you something. With results like this, in 7 to 14 days, with people getting results like this, do you think that there are going to be a lot of people that are interested in a product like this? And ask their opinion. Guess what they're going to tell you? Of course, with results like this, do you think that a lot of people will purchase this product? They're going to tell you yes. They're going to give you their opinion. You ask for their opinion and engages them in the conversation. So now, when you turn around and ask them, who do you know that would like to have results like this in 7 to 14 days? It's almost impossible for them to say, well, I don't know anyone, because they've just told you that they know the product is going to sell, and they just told you that people would love to have results like that. So what happens is now you develop a contact with this person. Even if they don't purchase the Envidia that day, ladies and gentlemen, you can now take their contact information and say, listen, let me get back with you. As you think about some of the people that you know, let me get your number. Here's my number. And as you're out, you're out telling people or asking people, you can just refer them back to me. And if you're really skilled at it, say, listen, let me get your phone number, because I want to text you over my before and after pictures so that you can turn around, and as you go, you said you know people that would be interested in this. Show them this before and after picture, and now that you have my cell phone number, you can send them my information. You understand how powerful that is? Guys, you can share your before and afters, and they're looking at you. And you can share other people's before and after. This is going to cause you, every single time you do it, you're going to feel successful. Here's another tip I'm going to tell you. Let's say you set your goal, I'm going to share with 10 people per day as I go out. You want to have a little notebook with you. And I recommend with your notebook a green marker. A green marker. And then you write 1 through 10. And every time you share it with someone, you put their name there and put a green check mark next to it. Because what's going to happen is every time you do this psychologically, you are going to feel better each time. If your goal is to share it with 20 people, whatever that goal is, stick to it, become accountable. Let someone know, this is my goal. This is how many people I'm going to share it with per day. and then share your results with them, guess what will happen? Automatically, you will develop so many contacts. And even if that person right there is not looking for a video right now or any of our other products, that's going to be a contact source for them to direct more people to you. And as you follow up with them and let them know about your further progress and things that are going on, ladies and gentlemen, you are going to attract and draw more people. You're going to reach a goal quicker than you ever thought. Your income will start to explode. It does it automatically. Why? Because you are engaged every single day in the correct activity. The incorrect activity is just walking around, not doing a before and after picture, but 2 weeks from now, walking around and say, oh, my skin looks so much better. And people who don't know you, they don't understand. And even the people that do know you, they may notice that your skin looks better, but they need a point of reference that they can go back to, that they can see it before and after. It's like, wow, it really is amazingly different. And it's not just for them. It's literally for you. I have to look at my before and after picture. My wife looks at her before and after picture because you know what? After a video, you start looking in the mirror and somehow your brain will trigger that I've always looked this way. My skin has always been this beautiful. My skin has always had this type of glow. You know, my skin has always been even when it really wasn't. But the reality of what you keep seeing every single day, it appears to you that it's always been that way. And that's why, if you think about it, ladies and gentlemen, sometimes you may have been struggling in your life. Maybe when you got your first job, you thought it was a great job, and you thought you were making a certain amount of money. But when you move up, when you advance up, it's hard to go back and think about what I used to make. I remember my first job, and I was making $9.81 an hour. And I thought that, that was pretty awesome. Well, back then it was. But if I were to go get a job today and only make $9.81, it wouldn't have the same impression. Do you understand what I'm saying? So what I'm telling you is that when you start to advance, when things change, when your map changes, you can't go back. Once the mind is expanded, you can't go back to where it was. What's happening right now is that people are expanding their vision of what they're going to do and what they're going to make with TLC. This is absolutely phenomenal. I'm excited for each and every one of you guys. But remember, when you do it the correct way, you can't go to a stranger who doesn't know you and say, my skin looks better, because they have no point of reference. But if you're able to go to them and show them your before and after, show them other people's before and afters, it now resonates to them, oh my goodness, you got a product that really does work. And because of that, guys, because of that, they're not only going to turn around and they're going to not only want the product, but they're going to know other people that want the product. This is how, ladies and gentlemen, you go from where you are to where you want to be. So what I want to do is I want to open up the call right now, and guys, listen, let me know what type of questions you have. We want to know how we can help you get to the next level, because this is powerful. This call was recorded. The phone number is 712-432-1085, and the access code is 932069. Let everybody listen to it, because it's important that they take their before and after pictures correctly. It's important, ladies and gentlemen, that they write down their goal of how many times per day, how many people they want to share their results with. As you do that, guys, success will be absolutely amazing, because you're not going to rate yourself on, oh, I made a goal to personally sponsor 5 people this week, and you didn't do it, and then you feel bad. But when you make a goal to say, hey, listen, I'm going to, something you know you can absolutely control, I'm gonna make a goal to share, my before and after results with 10 people. That's measurable. You can do it. And as you go down to the 4th person, 5th person, 6th person, you feel happier each and every time, because guess what? By the time you hit the 10th person, you feel successful. And that'll make you get up the next day and repeat the same activity. And it's a numbers game. As you repeat the activity, guess what? The amount of sales will appear. The amount of people wanting Envidia will appear. But it's psychologically what happens is that you're always in an existence of a mind concept of success. But if I set a goal, I'm going to recruit 5 people this week, and I have a bad week and I don't recruit anybody, I feel like a failure. It hurts, and I don't want to do anything that hurts. See, that's how our minds are. We don't want to do anything that hurts. So set a measurable goal of something you can absolutely 100% control and celebrate each time. Man, I just did my 3rd, before and after, sharing that with somebody. I just did my 4th person that I got their opinion. I just did my 5th person, my 8th person. What happens is you start to train yourself. This feels good. And when you train yourself on something that feels good, you repeat the activity. Nobody wants to repeat an activity that does not feel good. That's one of the biggest tips that I learned, yesterday from, our millionaire trainer, our millionaire coach that we have, Sean Smith, is that when you do exactly what we're talking about, when you turn around and set the goals of what you can do, how many people you can share it with, it is going to have a total difference on your business. You won't be depressed. You won't feel bad. You won't feel hurt, but you're in a constant state of feeling successful. And as that happens, ladies and gentlemen, it keeps you going. And do you know how many people, because they were persistent and consistent in going out and talking to people and talking to people and talking to people, and now today they're massively successful? Why? Because someone appeared in the organization. Someone came in, and now that person's brought in 100 people, 500 people, 1,000 people. Someone appeared in the organization, and now, just like we said yesterday, 2 gentlemen have come into our organization are going to be selling products online, $40,000 to $50,000, they're saying per month of product online. They've already done this. They know how to do it. But they weren't there before. And listen, had we stopped, had we, we get plenty of no's, but had we based everything on the amount of people that we recruit or the amount of money that we're going to make every week, and it doesn't happen, you automatically associate that with a hurt feeling, and no one wants to continue in a path of something that hurts them. So when you make the shift, make the paradigm shift in your mind, that I'm going to now make it my goal every single day to do so many show and tells before and after. I'm going to solicit so many people's opinion on the questions that we talked about earlier. Guys, it's going to make a total big difference in your business. So we're going to go ahead and open the lines up.
All callers are muted and they can unmute themselves.
Star 6 will unmute you if you have a question or a comment before we end our call this morning. And we're not having a 2 o'clock call today. I know that message went out in error. There's not a 2 o'clock call today, just the call that we have here right now this morning.
Your conference recording has stopped.
Any questions or comments from anyone?
Yes, Randy?
Yes, go right ahead.